Hollywood's darkest secrets are no longer secrets. Day 18 of Diddy's trial just unleashed bombshells that even Joe Rogan couldn't ignore. With disturbing audio recordings, hidden witness testimonies, and Rogan breaking down the horrifying web. Behind the scenes, this is not just a fall from grace, it's a free fall into hell. This story isn't about one man. It's about the elite protecting the worst among them.
There's also like people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible, and it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then well, what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like
I was just gonna say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ! The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening to it.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go,
yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many fucking people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them.
Sean Diddy Combs has always played the game from the top. Music, media, political fundraisers. He wasn't just another star, he was a gatekeeper. But beneath the spotlight lived decades of secrets. From Cassie to hidden Jane Does, Diddy ran what insiders are calling freak-offs, private events designed to control, exploit, and destroy. And Joe Rogan, he's not staying silent.
Wild, man. Evil is a real thing, you know? Nobody wants to believe, because if you believe in the devil, right? If you believe in Satan, you believe in something that's silly. Like most people a lot of people believe in God. If you ask people, do you believe in God? Yeah, well, I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Okay, well, do you believe in the devil? Most people will say no. But do you believe in evil acts? Well, yeah, well, people certainly do evil things. Well, where do you think that comes from? If evil is real, what is it about us that makes us want to deny the possibility that there's some nefarious force that is in human beings, that influences human beings? It's not as simple as like some people are bad, some people are good. No, maybe evil is a real element that you have to fight in life, and that maybe this is just something that's been documented all throughout history, but our arrogance and our secular society wants to keep us from recognizing that as an actual fact.
In a packed courtroom heavy with silence, Jane, one of the key witnesses in the Diddy trial, broke down in tears as she recounted the horrors she endured. She spoke of nights filled with fear, where she was forced to take drugs just to stay awake, coerced into degrading acts, and treated more like a possession than a person. According to her testimony, Diddy orchestrated every detail, down to denying the use of protection, asserting complete dominance over her body and choices. The prosecution played an audio recording in court, chilling evidence that backed her claims and offered a haunting glimpse into how controlled and helpless she truly was. Jane's words struck a nerve. It became so routine, I turned robotic. Her voice cracked as she described how abuse slowly became normalized, how she detached from herself just to survive. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was a system, a cycle, built to break women and keep them silent. And Jane wasn't alone. The trial is revealing more than just one man's darkness. It's lifting the veil on an entire culture of unchecked power. While Diddy faces the possibility of life in prison, a bigger question still looms. What about the tapes? If what Jane says is true, those recordings could expose not just Diddy, but an entire network that operated in the shadows. This trial isn't just about justice. It's about whether truth can survive the weight of fame, influence, and fear.
Third alleged victim, who goes by the pseudonym Jane, was back on the witness stand for her first full day of testimony. The prosecutor played an audio recording for the jury of a hotel night with a male prostitute Jane identified as Dawn. On the recording, Jane and Dawn are looking for a condom, but Combs didn't allow it and can be heard saying, quote, "You're taking that expletive." Now, Jane testified, quote, "I just didn't want to disappoint my lover. He would be unhappy and wouldn't be satisfied with me." Jane went on to tearfully tell the jury about her birthday in 2023 when she said she was made to have sex with 3 different men in addition to Combs. The prosecutor asked, "Why?" Jane responded, "I don't know. It had become so routine," and added that she turned robotic. Jane told the jury that after a while, Combs didn't have to directly ask her for these hotel nights. She testified, "I knew it was to be expected." Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges. If convicted, he faces the possibility.
3 U.S. presidents, British royalty, some of the biggest names in Hollywood. This isn't just one man's scandal. It's a system, a machine, the kind that operates behind velvet ropes and billion-dollar deals. When Diddy's mansions were raided, it wasn't the FBI who showed up. It was Homeland Security. That alone raised eyebrows. Why would a domestic music mogul warrant an agency tasked with national protection? According to Joe Rogan and others circling the conversation, the goal wasn't to arrest, it was to erase hard drives, phones, any trace of what might have been filmed or documented. Because if the rumors are true, what those tapes contain doesn't just implicate Diddy, it drags the powerful into the spotlight, people who were never supposed to be seen. And now something even more chilling is unfolding. Witnesses are vanishing. Identities leaked, protections breached. Those brave enough to speak up are watching their safety evaporate in real time. This goes beyond celebrity gossip. It's about control, cover-ups, and just how far some will go to keep the truth buried. In the shadows of this trial lies a question no one wants to answer out loud. What if Diddy wasn't the top of the pyramid? What if he was just the front man? For something far darker, something the world was never meant to uncover?
I've had conversations with people about it, and it's like, Jesus, like just trying to get the documents, like when they're trying to get the Epstein files, like the state of New York, one of the district attorneys was they were hiding documents, they'd have forced them to give documents. I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied, air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trials. Wild.
Why don't they air it the same way they aired the coverage that
Johnny
Depp got?
I know. Why don't they? I don't know. They should. The ratings would be amazing.
Unreal.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Why wouldn't you air that?
What's going to happen though, you think?
Well, Diddy's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. I think he's probably going to get.
Think he's going to sing though?
I don't know. I don't even think it matters. I mean, it's a lot of it is.
But then it's just another Epstein.
It's
Elaine Maxwell, where there's someone indicted and nobody else indicted for taking kids to
right
no
to
one.
To no one. Right. We're like, what is the next crazy thing that's going to explode in the news? Is Bill Clinton's going to have an OnlyFans? Like, what is going to happen? What is the next thing that's going to make us all go, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on?
It's coming.
How many guys were on video saying, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party"? How many people like openly talked about being there?
LeBron?
Yeah, how Ashton Kutcher, all these people. Like, you guys all went. You didn't see nothing? You didn't see nothing?
Yeah.
Donnell
went? Yeah. Did he? Of course he
He's
did.
on tape,
Donnell
like, trying to defend himself.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he trying to defend himself right now?
It's pretty funny.
I got to call him up. Donnell, you got to back away from that.
Isn't there a video with Kamala?
She was at one of the Diddy parties?
Isn't she in the background with?
It might have been the difference between Diddy parties and freak-offs. Oh, my God.
They're giving him shit, too, because he's sitting in his...
The guy from Chappelle Show?
Yeah.
And then Dave's there, too. And then Russell Simmons, too. Oh, boy. But is that at a party, or is that just a group of them together?
They were, like, on a yacht or something like that.
Okay, but that's not the Diddy party.
No, yeah, it's not like they were...
Cassie Ventura's longtime friend took the stand and painted a terrifying picture. One where Diddy wasn't just emotionally abusive, but physically violent. She testified that he once hurled a knife at Cassie in a fit of rage, and in another, chilling moment, dangled their friend Breonna off the edge of a 17th floor balcony. The courtroom froze as those words echoed, graphic, horrifying, impossible to ignore. But now the defense is flipping the script. Diddy's legal team is calling foul, claiming Cassie lied under oath. They're not just making noise. They've officially filed for a mistrial. Their argument? That key parts of Cassie's testimony were fabricated, and they're pointing to leaked text messages as proof. In one of them, Cassie allegedly admits she only heard about the balcony incident after it happened, not while witnessing it firsthand as she claimed in court. This twist has thrown the trial into chaos. If the mistrial is granted, Diddy could walk for now. But the stakes are bigger than just one courtroom. If Cassie did lie, it complicates the credibility of every survivor involved. If she didn't, and this is just legal chess, it shows the lengths to which powerful men can manipulate the system. Either way, the truth is under siege and the clock is ticking.
Rogue or Diddy was like a Epstein type, working for somebody?
That's a good question. Well, it would be a great way to compromise celebrities. Yeah. And get them to say whatever you want them to do, get them to do whatever projects you'd like them to do. And, you know, if you're a bunch of other celebrities are there, you're like, oh, look, Bill Clinton's here. This is fine.
Yeah.
This is cool. Look at this. Like, Brad Pitt's here. Oh, this is cool. You don't even think there's anything wrong with being there. Meanwhile, you're getting drugged up and filmed. And then they're passing out punch. Have some punch, Aaron. And you have some punch, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm feeling really good. I just feel amazing. You're all mocked up. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Probably a combination of things they give you.
And it's all being filmed.
Crazy. Now, if that's not an intelligence agency operation, it's just one evil super genius who figures out how to compromise everybody by providing this crazy freak off party. Everybody's got to put their phones away. Okay, we're going to put our phone away. No one's going to know anything. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get cameras everywhere. It's just one guy doing that. What a diabolical human being.
Yeah.
He seems pretty diabolical.
He's probably working with somebody. Or for somebody.
Maybe.
And maybe he just got too far out there.
Some of the shit that came out in the trial, though, like he's forcing his girlfriend to have sex with prostitutes while he was sitting there jacking off with a bandana on. She'd rub the on his nipples. Like, what are we even talking about? There's so many horrific accusations, though, involving young singers, like children.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's insane.
He makes R. Kelly look like a decent guy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It is crazy. And meanwhile, the guy was like hanging out with Oprah, hanging out with Obama.
Jay-Z.
Everybody.
I'm sure the Clintons were there at some point.
Maybe Bill.
Meet Christina Koram, Diddy's shadow, his fixer, his alleged enabler. Dubbed by some as the Ghislaine Maxwell of this unfolding scandal, Koram isn't just a background figure. She's central to the cover-up. As Diddy's chief of staff, she wasn't simply running errands or scheduling meetings, she was managing secrets, big ones. After law enforcement raided Diddy's properties, Christina vanished from the public eye. Her LinkedIn profile was scrubbed, her social media gone, but the damage may already be done. When her phones were seized, investigators reportedly found a digital vault, photos, NDAs, and damning messages. Among them were frantic texts to hotel staff, begging them to hand over surveillance footage, specifically a video showing Diddy assaulting Cassie Ventura. One security supervisor testified that Koram called him multiple times, even showed up in person, trying to retrieve the footage. When that didn't work, she allegedly handed the phone to Diddy himself. The message was clear: make the evidence disappear. And for $100,000, it did. What's terrifying isn't just what she knew. It's how calculated it all was. Non-disclosure, agreements, bribes, deleted footage. Christina Koram wasn't just a bystander. She was the cleanup crew. And if the evidence on her devices holds up in court, she may not be hiding much longer.
Hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight. Everybody who tells the stories like, I saw her go upstairs and these dudes are fucking like right on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I go in this room and these guys are fucking. And it's like,
and pros. Like apparently he was getting male gigolos to fuck girls. That
girls.
Yeah, that was one of the rumors, like the
Male
freak off. So he would
gigolos.
hire the professional dicks to have sex with the girls, and I think he would watch allegedly. That's what was alleged, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and that's the other thing. Like, I wonder, like, is that just a power thing?
It's a Caligula thing.
What does that mean?
Caligula, like the emperor. Did you ever see that movie, Caligula?
No.
It's about just Roman empires being completely out of control. Caligula is like almost like porn, and it was a movie made, I want to say in the 70s. It's a crazy movie. But it's just detailing extreme excess where you can never fill the hole.
But what is the hole you need to fill? Like, I'm trying to find, like, what's the
just
catalyst?
chaos. What year was this? 79. Yeah. That's Malcolm McDowell, right? Yeah. Yeah, the dude from Clockwork Orange.
Oh, yeah.
It's a crazy movie, man.
But
and it's still mild in comparison to what Absolute have. Absolute power corrupts. Caligula.
Okay, so then there's the question. It's like, can you take a completely normal person, give them power, and then they become that? Or does it take a power-hungry person that has this void that they need to be filled, that needs to be filled, and then when they are given that power, you see the worst version of them?
Ask your CIA boy. I bet he's got the answers. I bet he knows the exact form.
Mia, Jane, Cassie, the names behind the headlines, the women whose stories are shaking the foundations of power in Hollywood. Each of them has come forward with harrowing accounts of control, abuse, and intimidation at the hands of Sean Diddy, Combs. They say he manipulated their minds, threatened their families, and kept them trapped in a world they couldn't escape. And for years, no one dared to believe them. Now, with the world watching, Diddy's lawyers are painting a different picture. They claim the women are lying, motivated by money or revenge. But the courtroom tells a different story. Their testimonies align, their timelines match, and the government has presented audio recordings, text messages, and eyewitnesses that back them up at every turn. Yet despite all this, something disturbing keeps happening. Victims vanish, identities are leaked, and protections put in place to shield survivors are mysteriously failing. Meanwhile, the powerful figures circling these events remain untouched, nameless, hidden in plain sight. One truth keeps resurfacing like a ghost the world refuses to see. When the accused holds influence, the system bends to shield them, and when victims speak out, it doesn't just take courage, it takes the willingness to risk everything. This trial isn't just about Diddy, it's about who gets believed, who gets silenced, and whether the truth can survive the weight of power.
Update from court. Sean Combs' counsel, Alexandra Shapiro, says some people on the internet think they figured out who Mia is. We got this video, again, that might be used to impeach her credibility. We got this video also from random people on the internet. We don't think this was ever posted on her social media. It was on some random website. Should we show it to you? I got to ask you, I have to move on to this question, Serena. This is quite alarming. How is this possible?
I have no idea how it's possible, and I'm sure Mia is probably, panicking in this moment in time. Like, are people stalking her on the internet, trying to figure out her identity? She testified that she was a victim, essentially. There's rape shield laws that exist to try to protect people in her position. And so this is really getting very nerve-wracking probably for her and just absurd for the courtroom.
If someone revealed her identity, is that a crime, Tyler?
No, it's not a crime if somebody revealed her identity, especially if they're not a part of this case. The reason they have these confidentiality orders and protective orders is for the parties involved to do their best to protect a Jane Doe or anybody proceeding under a pseudonym's identity. It is possible for the public to learn their identity, but it's really the people who are part of the case who are agreeing to protect her confidentiality. Once she got into that on that stand, it's very possible that somebody knew her identity. What I find more troubling and less likely is if this video is being sent by random people on the internet, and that's what they want to proffer as evidence in this criminal trial, I find that hard to be admitted. If they could track the video from one person who could confirm the identity of the person, and then it could be used for impeachment evidence, that's different. But random people on the internet sending videos, that opens the door.
The mistrial request hanging over this case could be Diddy's ticket to freedom. His legal team is pushing hard, claiming key testimony is tainted and evidence mishandled. If the judge agrees, the whole trial could collapse, and with it, the chance at justice for his accusers. But even if Diddy walks out of that courtroom untouched, there's one battle he may not win, the one with the public. In the court of public opinion, people are watching closely. Too closely. This isn't just about one man anymore. It's about a pattern. About power, silence, and the terrifying echoes of another name we all know too well. Epstein. The parallels are impossible to ignore. A powerful man. Dark accusations. Complicit enablers. And a system that seems allergic to holding anyone accountable at the top. But maybe this time is different. Maybe the truth is too loud. The evidence too damning. The survivors too brave. Diddy's fate in court remains uncertain, but the bigger question now is whether this becomes yet another buried scandal or the beginning of something bigger, a reckoning. Is this justice finally catching up to Hollywood's elite, or just another cover-up in designer clothing? This trial could change Hollywood forever, but only if we keep watching. Drop your thoughts below. Is Diddy done, or is this just the beginning? Subscribe, hit the bell, and stay tuned for part 2.